Indigo is a plant-based dye that has been used to create brilliant blues for thousands of years. Its incredible colors and the rarity of blue in the natural world have made indigo a lucrative substance of great cultural significance. It is thought to have evolved independently throughout the world, the various cultures having rich dyeing traditions. However, the earliest known production hub was India during Greco-Roman times, and India would remain as the center of the indigo trade. In colonial times, indigo growth symbolized the changing world order. Europe became disoriented by the discovery of sophisticated non-Christian cultures and resisted the adoption of a substance they did not understand. China had a sophisticated indigo culture that used large pools for mass production, and the English brought these techniques back to India. However, its growth at the expense of agriculture eventually led to the Bengal famine, where 1/6 of the local population died. To this day, the mention of natural indigo production horrifies those with long memories. Eventually, indigo was developed as a synthetic dye, which led to a collapse in demand, and knowledge of how to use the natural dye collapsed with it. Indigo dye is extracted from the leaves of the indigo farrow plant. The leaves are submerged in water in order to start the dye extraction. They leach indican into the water and are left to soak for about a day, so the enzymes can break down the indican into indoxyl. The mixture is then aerated for the indoxyl to oxidize into indigo, which will turn blue. In this state, the dye is insoluble and will settle to the bottom. The water will be drained, and the remaining paste will be filtered, dried, and sold as cakes. To bond with fabric, indigo must be reduced into its water-soluble form, leuco-indigo. In ancient times, dyers used fermentation to create this transformation. The indigo vat will turn a greenish yellow as it transforms and becomes ready to dye fabric. The microbes create a reducing environment when they consume organic matter that leads to the reduction of indigo. A base, like wood ash or lime, is often used to maintain an alkaline environment, to maintain the reduction process. Here, the dye's molecular structure becomes polar and is able to dissolve in water. Fermentation is a living process and must be maintained to keep going. It creates beautiful results, but is time-consuming and has faded in favor of synthetic dyes. 123 vat is more practical for the modern dyer. Developed by Michel Garcia, it avoids the time-consuming labor of fermentation, as well as the toxicity of industrial methods. Can be set up in 5 minutes and is an easy way to get started dyeing indigo. The 123 vat uses fructose from a reducing agent and alkalinity from a base to create a reducing environment that facilitates the transformation of the dye. Indigo does not require a mordant for fixing like other dyes. Instead, when the soaked fibers hit the air, they oxidize back into its insoluble state, thereby fixing it onto the cloth and turning blue. Adding mordants can create purples and greens, while multiple dips will darken the dye color. It's important to be flexible when dyeing, as conditions or dyeing preferences may require a change in recipe. Indigo is known to toughen fabric. Its antiseptic properties help prevent infections, and its mark offers protection and healing. A lot of its medicinal properties aren't fully understood, and these gaps in knowledge have become fuel for myth. What is indigo doing to the body? And why did this plant evolve to have a blue dye hidden within it?